We just finished StarCraft 1 and also StarCraft 2, so something that could be a little bit fun to do here is to do a little tier list of the best campaign. So we have, we have StarCraft 1 here, Terran, Zerg, Protoss, we have Brood War, and then we have the StarCraft everything here as well. Okay. So like, I guess I'm rating it both from like a story perspective, but also from like did I enjoy playing through it. I'm gonna put them on a list where like I think they kind of, we're gonna get it as we go, like as we go along, right? Yeah. Gameplay plus story. Okay, let's start. Oh, that's gonna be hard, dude, because the story in StarCraft 1 is so freaking good. Okay, but obviously we're basing this in terms of each other. Okay, so the beginning of StarCraft, non-Brood War, just Terran. This was good. This is it. Oh my god, the storytelling is so different, and the way that it's hard to compare StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2, honestly, especially with the way that it's being told and everything like that. I think honor mode. I don't know what that means, Danny. I'm not sure what honor mode even is. Epilogue is equals dog fart. I feel like the entirety of StarCraft 1 is incredibly good. I like it a lot. I think it's great. Honor mode is permadeath. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat the game with permadeath. At least not at a first time playthrough, right? I think that will be kind of silly, right? Man. Alright, I mean, this was good. I like this. I think I'm gonna be careful with where I put these, though. I'm gonna start by putting this guy in A, right? Fuck, now it's hard. Oh god. I don't even know where to put these now, dude. I feel like the missions were a lot more like RTS based in that way. Don't get one guy into honor mode. No, I won't do that. I feel like that would be silly to do, honestly. That would be very, very silly. Last cinematic was sick. There is some insanely good cinematics in this one. Yeah, the last one was freaking dope too. Delete all tiers below A. I mean, we're comparing it to next to each other, right? Going from the Zerg into go from Terran into Zerg. I feel like the Zerg campaign was actually more interesting to me. Maybe that's because I enjoyed playing Zerg more than I did Terran in StarCraft 1. The Zerg rush was so enjoyable to do, and it was also interesting to see like slowly unveiling what was happening with Kerrigan. I found that cool because in the Terran campaign, that's where like she got lost and like we didn't really get to figure it out that much. But yeah, the Terran campaign sets up for the Zerg so well, and the Zerg unveils a lot of the stuff with the Queen Bitch of the Universe and like her going batshit crazy and like killing everything. I'm gonna put this one in A, but it's getting carried by the Terran campaign, I think. The Protoss is sick. Man, getting introduced to Zeratul, Phoenix as well. Oh my god. And the sacrifice at the end of the mission as well. At the end of the campaign was fucking amazing. Tassadar. It was not in Brood War where Tassadar flew into the thing with the ship, right? Oh my god, that shit was so fucking good too. Intaro Tassadar, that was not in Brood War. Yeah, that shit was insane. I feel like I can only put one in best. I'm gonna put this one above the Protoss in A. Brood War's Protoss, it's the continuation. Oh, I'm gonna put this above this and this and that. Yeah, this and that. Brood War, Protoss. I felt a little bit burned out on Protoss going from this directly into more Protoss, so like maybe that hindered a little bit of my feelings for it. I feel like the bonus mission with Zeratul, like teasing the hybrid, was really fucking dope. A lot of mystery surrounding that. I enjoyed that a lot. There's no shame in defeat as long as the spirit is unconquered. I think this is also where we got introduced to Phoenix as a Dragoon, right? Which was pretty sick. That was in the Zerg. Oh, that was in the Zerg. I think I'm mixing them together a little bit because I did them like all next to each other. Zeratul is... the Zeratul is fucking sick. I think it's just more interesting. right? It's more interesting. Everybody's partial to their faction. Yeah, I guess that's true. Brood War, the continuation from that. I don't think we get fully introduced yet to Duran yet, do we? I mean a little bit, but I think it was more in the Brood War with the Zerg that we got introduced to that. This is where there's one of the best cinematics in the game, isn't there? I think so. Brood cinematic. Hold on a sec. Wasn't it this one, chat? The one where they're on the ship and the Zerg comes in and stuff like that? I think so, right? Yeah, that shit was fucking hype too. Man, I don't know. Sergil is dead for your sins, killing feet. That's normal. Oh, that's in the original. That one was fucking good. Oh my god, that's the base game. That might maybe want to put it higher, actually, even than that. Bro, it's too hard. I might just want to put them all up in S. Because they're all so fucking good. The ending of Brood War was sick. I like that a lot. I feel like it set it up so well. I don't know. I love when villains win. Yeah, I think it's cool, man. Like the whole thing with Duran and like her infecting everybody. Yeah, Kerrigan going fully insane and like losing her fucking mind. Right? Like, and then like going like the bitch of the universe and all that shit. Man, I don't think any of it is like, I feel like that's the best. Because it's the peak, right? It's the peak of Brood War. The cinematics were so good as well. Yeah, killing Phoenix. Oh yeah, we killed Phoenix there too. Yeah, killing Phoenix, killing Duke, literally killing everybody. Stukov as well, with the betrayal with Duran, where you go into the science vessel and Duran betrays him as well. That shit was fucking crazy. Well, then we go into the StarCraft 2. In terms of story, I feel like this is peak. I don't know. I feel like this is peak. Like, Brood War and StarCraft 1 is the best in terms of story. It really is. But it gets so carried by the way that the storytelling is done with, like, the missions and the lore and the dialogue and everything like that. I think Wings of Liberty is S tier, like S+. It's right, honestly right below Brood War. I think... But that's because of the story, though. I feel like I might put this up here. I feel like the story is better at the end of Brood War with like Kerrigan going in crazy and stuff like that. And some of the stuff, but it got a little bit weird, I think, with me. But I fucking love Tychus. Homer is awesome. The ending was like so-so, I feel like. But I think for me, Wings of Liberty is like peak StarCraft as well. That shit's so good. Heart of the Swarm? Loved it too. I would probably put that below Brood War, Zerg, but like above the rest of the Brood War. Have you started StarCraft 1 Mass Recall? I haven't, no. I have not, no. Need a tier list for story and one for fun. Yeah, it's difficult, right? It's difficult. Abathur is fucking sick. I love Abathur. He's so cool. I was not a big fan of the retcon with them like doing the whole thing with like, oh, well, now all of a sudden like the Selnaga and then like the whole thing with the Primal Zerg, all that stuff. I'm not a big fan, but Dehaka is cool. Abathur is sick. Yeah, I think those things are both cool. Is Guzu only reading YouTube chat today? I'm talking to you guys right now. The story is mid, yeah, but it's cool. Like I honestly, I kind of do like the Wings of Liberty story. I do wish it might have ended a little bit in a different way because I preferred more of the fighting between the races, as fucked up as that sounds, rather than having like Ammon be this big overseeing evil that like it's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the whole, you know, the politics and like the who's deceiving each other and shit like that. That's why Brood War is so good, right? You know, the Protoss were just created from scratch and Zerg was primal then altered. Yeah, exactly, kinda, I suppose. Amon was mostly teased in Wings of Liberty. Yeah, a little bit. I just didn't find Amon that interesting. Like when we were playing Brood War, I was like, dude, Kerrigan is going batshit crazy. Like, how are we gonna stop her? Like, how the fuck is that gonna happen? Like, how many people are gonna die? Like, to stop this shit, right? But Eamon was just kind of like, oh, he's this big evil that's gonna delete the universe. But you don't ever really interact with him, except like a bunch of like his villains, right? It was cool seeing Kerrigan show up like the Lich King, right, in a way. That was cool. The prologue for... Wait, what is this? So this... Oh, this is the prologue to the Protoss. I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was very fucking hard. Therefore, it's dog fart. They made that shit way too hard compared to how much you knew about Protoss. You had no idea what any of the fucking spells did or any of the buildings did. You got thrown into these weird-ass missions with no clue what the fuck to do. Dog fart. But it was cool being introduced to the Protoss. The Protoss, though. Ooh-ha. Oh, man, this is... It's all gonna be S, isn't it? Except that prologue. I like the Protoss a lot. I do think it is, compared to Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm, gameplay and like story-wise, I'm not too into it anymore. But the cinematics and the cutscenes in the Protoss in Legacy of the Void is fucking crazy. They're so good. Like, bro, they're just so good. The Spear of Odin is cool, but like, damn. What the fuck? How dare you say that, you fucking WoW player? What did you get offended about? This is my boy Zeratul. In a way, okay. I dislike the Omega fan service of like, let's bring Phoenix back a billion times. As much as I love Phoenix, having him brought back a billion times is kind of like, okay. And then like in the end, oh, Tassadar is back as well now. Okay, he's like being stuck in Amon. And then like, oh, okay, that shit. Okay, they just all bringing they're just bringing them all back. It's like, what the fuck, you know? I don't know. So many people died. Zeratul may have wolves lived. Yeah. So they're just bringing back all the dudes. Tassadar wasn't real. Yeah, I know, it was an illusion. I know. It was like a figmentation of like, you know, yeah. It was like to bait the Kerrigan there, I guess, right? The ending with that, with destroying his essence and shit like that, I thought it was a bit cheesy. I feel like it gets carried so hard by the insane cinematics, the cutscenes, and also, I would say, the missions are fun. The missions in the Protoss is really fun. I like it. I will... I don't know. I think it's here. Yeah, I think it's there. Below the other Brood Wars, but above the base Zerg and base Protoss, I think, for me. No way. I'm trying to put everything into equation, chat. Like, I'm trying to put the gameplay, the lore, the cinema, everything. Dude, Brood War, it's weird because I really prefer Brood War story, but the gameplay and the cinematics and the cutscenes are so fucking good in StarCraft 2. How would you continue the story if you do not write Kerrigan out at the end? I mean, I don't know. I feel like there would be a lot of other ways to do the Kerrigan story. I don't know. I'd swap out here Hearts of the Swarm and on this. I actually really liked the Heart of the Swarm. I thought it was pretty good, personally. Maybe that's because I'm a little bit of a sucker for Apather and all that stuff. Putting HOTS over... Yeah, maybe I would put it like that then. Brood War gameplay is meh, story is great, StarCraft 2 is the opposite. Yeah, man, it's hard. I will say though, guys, we're trying to rank these in comparison to each other, right? They're all really good. I loved all of them, but I'm trying to put them up against each other, which is the best and worst, right? Epilogue. Listen, cool cinematics, really fun missions, but the story is... I wasn't really into it, dude. I wasn't really into it. I'm not sure. I think I was more interested in the epilogue than the prologue, though. So it's D. It's not dog fart, but it's like low D tier. Right. Gameplay is kind of meh. I thought the missions were pretty fun, personally. I was not a big fan of the epilogue. I really wasn't. Yeah. I feel like I'm not a story writer. I don't know how else they could have done the story. But I feel like they went the most cheesy way with like her ascending and then a Selnaga and then the whole thing with Jimmy, and it's kind of fucked up. I don't know. And it was also very rushed, I think. Like the epilogue just felt so rushed. Right? Jimmy clapped that Sil Nussie. Yeah, I guess. How about not everybody versus a big baddie? In terms of stories, I usually prefer when the big baddies are the people, not like some big overwhelming force of like the universe, right? Because it makes it feel more relatable and like scary in a way, right? Yeah. Then having to all band together and like, you know, all that stuff. Thanos? I mean, it can be done well as well. I'm not too big into Marvel, not gonna lie, but yeah. Legacy of the Void is A, really? Yeah. I did really like it though, man. They're all good, man. It's so hard. Mengsk is way better villain than Amon. I thought Mengsk was such a good villain, bro. Because I fucking hated him. He like betrayed everybody, like backstabbed people, sacrificed his Terran, like he was so good. And the thing is, he was a human, right? So it's like a human can be that evil. That was cool to see. Yeah. And in StarCraft 1, it was hard to determine which person was the villain, really, because they were all kind of fucking assholes to each other, you know? Like, who can we trust? Who can we trust? Okay. The Covert Ops. I liked it, honestly. It wasn't really StarCraft. I thought the story was okay. It was fun following Nova. It really makes me wish we had the Ghost game that was teased, you know, like that third-person FPS that they had planned. It felt like they couldn't do that game, so they're like, oh, let's just make it in StarCraft 2 instead to give people a little bit of some Nova action, right? Missions were fun. It didn't feel like I was playing StarCraft, really. I really do think the nukes were way too OP. I abused them pretty hard, but they were pretty OP. I don't know. It's hard to really rate this one. It was released in 3 separate instances with quite some time between it, so it killed the cohesion and the hype. I will be honest, I wasn't really that hype playing through Nova. Not really. It's like C, I think. It's yeah. It wasn't the most hype, I think. The missions were fun though, but it wasn't like I wasn't really super into the story personally compared to the other stuff. Personal Rainery, yep. Thank you for the 18 months. I don't know how to really do this. The Terran story, Zerg story, and the Protoss story. I feel like it all ties together, but yeah, it's hard to really rate these, I guess. Like next to each other, because it's all like one big story, I think. I think overall I enjoyed playing Zerg the most. Then I enjoyed Protoss and then Terran. So I think if I would put these next to each other, I would put like... I mean, this is not CD, it's just like this, that, right? Like Zerg on top, then Protoss, then Terran. But I would put it like up here, right? So like bing, bong, bang, like that. No, actually, Wings of Liberty, like that. Playing Zerg is fun, but Kerrigan solos the campaign. You barely need the Zerg, sadly. Yeah, a little bit. That's true. What is this?
Here in my garage, just bought this new Gantrathor here. Fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things?
Steer the Gantrathor into a collision course with the Overmind.
I love it. That's so funny. Okay, let me just look. Is there anything I want to change? I really think Wings of Liberty was fucking amazing, Chad. I fucking loved Wings of Liberty. I thought it was so good. I do think the story could have been a bit better, but dude, Tiger's fucking goated character. So fun with the whole the Horner as well, Jimmy. Like Wings of Liberty was so good. The little news segments, the arcade game, the little lore facts whenever you did the missions. It was so good. I felt so excited about playing Wings of Liberty, actually. It was up Lockbox, thank you for the 20 months. Ranked by the amount of cake. Homer, yeah, Homer, exactly. Sorry, I couldn't, yeah. Tigers or Abathur? I think Tigers is my favorite character. Overall. Tigers, then Phoenix, then Abathur, I think. I don't know, that was good. Yeah, first Terran only B holding Minsk and then he turns. Yeah, maybe you're right, dude. That is true, bro. Maybe we do this, we do that here. Triple A. I just think Brood Wars like took the StarCraft 1 to a whole different level of story and like interesting, I think. It did. Would I put... Man... I don't know. I would put Brood War there maybe, and then put this here. Like that. I think that's it. I'm gonna put 2 in the best. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. Alright, like we put that and then bing bong bang like that. These are just like 2 like which I like the most, I guess, but I'm gonna put them down here, right? Oh, actually, oh, that's gonna piss people off, but you know what I mean. I think that's it, guys. That's my tier list. I'm surprised how Nova is. I think this campaign technically was pretty well done gameplay-wise, and finally the bad guys are not super entities. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I wasn't super invested into the Nova story. I didn't feel like it was like that insane. I don't know. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was just B is just kind of like average. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. You know. Now the question is, do I like StarCraft more than Warcraft? That's a hard question too. I feel like if I wasn't so World of Warcraft hooked, I probably would say StarCraft. I grew up with Warcraft, so I have so much nostalgia with WoW and everything. But StarCraft is fucking sick, and I'm so surprised at how well done StarCraft 2 is. I never thought it was gonna be like that, actually. WoW gets carried by Arthas. Warcraft gets carried by the Arthas story for sure.